If you guys are looking for any cheap and reliable coins, check out MMOPO.com. Use the code PINGU at checkout to get 8% off. Guys, welcome to my next career mode vote video. Today we're going to be deciding what the next career mode is on FIFA 21. Basically, it's the first time in a while that we've managed to actually finish the Derby career mode, so it's the chance to move on to a different career mode with something a little bit different and unique. And yeah, the first one that we're going to be talking through before you do decide to go into the description and look at the straw poll. Make sure you watch the video first. It's only going to be about 10-15 minutes, so hopefully not too long. Just to run through all the teams and what we're going to kind of look to do with this career mode. The next one anyway, and you know, you guys can decide what you want to see basically, and that's the wonders of democracy. But yeah, first up we do have Inter Miami here. Now I'm not going to do an MLS career mode. What we do is put Inter Miami into a European league, and that way it would make it much more competitive and a lot more fun, because if we were going to do an MLS career mode, I think I'd just win the league rather easily. So I think since they are Inter Miami, I would put them into the Serie A. Obviously there's Inter Milan in the Serie A, so it'll be a nice rivalry there. And I'd probably give them, I don't know if I want to give them 100 million. I think we need, like, if we were going to do this team, you'd need defenders and a goalkeeper, maybe one or two midfielders. So it's quite a big turnaround, and that's the thing that this career mode is. You know, we've got Matuidi and Higuain as, you know, the marquee players, but they're both over 32, so it's a case of getting some younger players in, which are quite high rated. So we'd probably have to give them about 100 million transfer budget and improve the team. Obviously there's Pizarro as well, who's actually quite decent, but other than that, the rest of them are pretty much maybe the right back, but yeah, all in all, most of them aren't that great in the world. So I think improving this team, obviously put them into the Serie A, would be quite a unique career mode, and it was actually the first one that was suggested like a month ago now. So yeah, that's why I've gone through this one first. There's no particular order, there's no preference on any of these career modes. I'd be interested in doing them all. So yeah, I think Inter Miami would be an interesting one in the Serie A, and yeah, let's move on to the next one. So the next career mode that was suggested was a Basque-only Atletico Bilbao career mode. Now, if you don't know what the Basque-only means, is basically you can only sign players that are born in the Basque region. I don't 100% know. I think there's also a number of different ways. I'm going to have to properly, if we do this, properly research how to sign players that are viable to play for Atletico Bilbao. It's a really nice concept, and yeah, it would be a really big challenge because there's not that many. You know, Laporte is definitely one. I could get Laporte. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head who else is there. Maybe like Javi Martinez from Bayern Munich. But yeah, basically you can only sign players that are born in the Basque region or go through the Atletico Bilbao academy. So such as Griezmann could also be signed. So yeah, I like the idea of this one. It's not a ridiculously high rated team as well, so it would be quite a challenge in the La Liga. It's probably, I think this is the best team on the career mode vote, in terms of rating, of course. So yeah, I think it'd be quite an interesting one. Obviously that stipulation of not being able to sign players that aren't Basque would be quite interesting, just to see how we do. And you know, I think it'd be a good like 1 or 2 season career mode with Atletico Bilbao. Obviously they've got a pretty good squad anyway, with like Inaki Williams, Munain, Yuri Bereshi at left back. Martinez is decent. So I think all in all, this is actually quite an interesting one. And yeah, I'd have to fully research how and what players we could sign. I'd put them on a short list to know who are qualified basically, and then I could just pick and choose where I need to improve. So yeah, let me know what you think about that one. I think it'll be quite an interesting one. So let's move on to the next one. So the next career mode team is kind of bundled in with 2 or 3 other teams. It's basically, the concept of this one is using the weakest team in the top division. So it's outside of the Premier League, because the Premier League teams are quite strong anyway. So we've gone for, I believe you say it as Cardiff. I think you say it's Cardiff. You don't say Cadiz. So other than Alvaro Negredo, it's not a great team, and obviously that'll mean we'll struggle. I won't do anything to the transfer budget with these teams, and we'll see if we can stay in the Spanish top division. There's also Fernandez here, the Argentinian central midfielder. I do remember him on Ultimate Team a few years back. But yeah, all in all, it'd be quite a challenge to use a team like this. So we've also got a couple of others from the Bundesliga and the Serie A. So let me just quickly head over to those. And yeah, we kind of, because we did that first season in the Championship, obviously it grew the ratings of the Derby players to above what these teams are, which start in the lowest division. So the other team would be Arminia Bielefeld. I'm not too sure how to say their name, but yeah, again, it's a team that's, you know, got a 75 rated striker, goalkeeper's decent, but all in all, it's not a great team. So that'll be the, you know, the challenge. And with only having like I think it's only like a 2 or 3 million transfer budget, it's really, really low. So in terms of signings, we'd have to be super, super careful, and to be able to stay in the division would be quite difficult. So I think one of those teams would be quite interesting. The final one that I did add was from the Serie A, so let me just quickly go over to that, and I think it is Spezia, the newly promoted team. Again, really low rated. I think Spezia are probably the most difficult out of the three that I've shown, just because they don't, I think there's Zoe, the goalkeeper, but other than that, they're all pretty much under 73 rated, mostly. You know, I think this one would be the most interesting. They got a striker with 36 pace. So yeah, I think the Serie A one would be probably the best out of these three teams, just because it's the most difficult and therefore would be the biggest challenge. So yeah, let me know what you think about this. It's like a newly promoted, difficult career mode, trying to keep them in the top division for a season or two. So yeah, most of these career modes will only last a season or two. And the final one is actually one I've already set up, because it takes a little bit of fiddling to get all the players in the right place. Let me just quickly load the career, because I don't think it's saved. And yeah, so basically this career mode is a old age career mode. It's literally the oldest players on the game in a career mode. Now, it looks actually quite decent, the team that I have put together. So we've got players, essentially, I think the youngest is Robin at 36. And other than that, everyone is above 37, 38. You know, you got Buffon and goal, who's 42. We've got Mayora here, who's 53. It's basically because of this guy I wanted to do this career mode, because basically it's you know, it's giving these older players that aren't really seen as usable on career mode. It's kind of playing against the meta of career mode. Obviously, pace is a big factor, and there isn't really much in this team. I think the highest paced player is 73. I think, I'm pretty sure that's right. So we'd have to play in a completely different manner than what we did in the Derby career mode. And throughout the season, these players would just decline. They'd just go down in stats and make it harder and harder the longer you go through the series. I think players have already... I've literally simulated a month just to get them to the first game of the season, and they've already gone down in stats. So this is one that I may do later on in the career mode. If not, I was kind of waiting for Petr Cech to be added to the game, because now that he is at Chelsea, you know, it would be nice to basically have Petr Cech on the game in a career mode. Obviously, we've got Buffon, who's, again, another legend. But yeah, basically all these players are very, very old. And as you can see, they're already declining in stats, and we've only done a month. So imagine what we're doing like 7 months down the line when we're at the end of the season. It's just not going to be very... it's not going to be great in terms of the ratings. But yeah, hopefully you guys understand what I've gone through in this video. It's really up to you guys what you decide to do with the next career mode. All in all, I think all four of them I'm really happy to do. So if it goes down to the newly promoted weakest team in the top division one, so the Arminia Bielefeld, Cardiff and Spezia, I'll have to do a Twitter poll to decide which one out of those three. So if you want to go follow me on Twitter, that'll be the best way to get that over the line. And hopefully we can start this new career mode tomorrow. So the sooner you guys vote, the sooner we can start the career mode. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Hopefully I've explained everything fully. And yeah, I can't wait to see what you guys do decide. It's, you know, I really am not that bothered, because all four of them are really good ideas and be really fun for a season or two. I don't want to do like a really long career mode with any of these teams. I want to do a couple of seasons, maybe even one season with like Inter Miami. But yeah, all in all, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure you do go vote down in the description. Follow me on Twitter as well because of that follow-up vote that will be needed. And yeah, see you soon. Bye.